Some students at the University of Alberta are taking their education to new heights. The AlbertaSat group has already launched one satellite into space, and they're getting ready to send a second one. This one will help Albertans in detecting and preventing wildfires.
That we use to talk to the Earth using these antennas here. And this is the actual size, so it's very small.
This is a replica of the Alta 1. The real one was launched into space last year.
I just flew a pass for the satellite, so I was talking to it.
This first-year engineering student is controlling the Cube satellite, designed by the AlbertaSat group to measure space weather.
Students are getting experience operating a spacecraft in real time.
Their next satellite is one of 15 getting money to launch from the Canadian Space Agency. They were inspired by the Fort McMurray wildfires.
Some of our AlbertaSat members are from Fort McMurray, and so they have photos that they've showed us from their own personal evacuation of their homes, and they've been a little hard to look at. So I'm very glad that we've identified a way that we can help prevent this from happening again in the future.
The images they will take from space will show areas at risk for wildfires, while monitoring and detecting any fires in the province.
They're firefighting resources ahead of time based on these photos taken from space. So we could have had a bit of a heads up, especially about the forest fires that start far away from population centers. We'll be able to take pictures of those from space where humans wouldn't otherwise normally see them.
Working on these types of projects outside of classes gives these students an edge when looking to work in space-related fields.
The students are really driven hard to learn what they don't know and to figure out answers to questions that have been asked yet.
Of Alta 1.
For Callie Lucina, she hopes this inspires the next generation for space engineering.
Can enable us to reach those kind of goals of putting something in space or launching something faster than we ever imagined we would have been able to do. We don't have to graduate and go off to a company and work for a few years before we can do that. We can do it right now.
15 different university groups across the country got the funding to launch a satellite from the Canadian Space Agency. The AlbertaSat group hopes to launch the Alta 2 around 2021.